These fools, they'll never learn.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Food for Thought podcast.
Hot Pocket.
They don't get the joke, though.
That's better.
That's
Sean just said Hot Pockets.
I
That's
did
a
just
joke.
say Hot Pockets to start the show. It was my way of a vocal warm-up. I sang the Hot Pockets song.
Hot Pocket.
Which is just that. I did not not do it justice like that. But
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
I, for some bizarre reason, came out with the Hot Pockets song. So, yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Food for Thought podcast. We are got some news for you guys.
Are we bi-weekly?
Got some news for you guys. So let's talk about firstly what we are. We are a martial arts Asian cinema podcast where every 2 weeks we review typically a martial arts film. Occasionally we dabble with like Korean thrillers, Korean horrors, things like that. But I do have some news up front. And that is, we're changing our schedule a little bit. I know, you're all yelling, finally? Are they going weekly? Are they finally going weekly?
Daily.
Quite the opposite. We are actually changing the podcast to monthly. Yeah. So we will be doing episodes every month. I do not have a schedule yet. I don't know if it's going to be like the second Sunday of each month. I haven't decided on that yet. But yeah, going forward, we will be a monthly podcast. And I'm sure you're going, why though? Why though, Sean?
I love you so much.
So
We want to pay you.
That's
money.
right. To be honest, it doesn't have a lot to do with a lot, to be honest. It's not that I'm giving up on the show. Far from. I love this podcast. I'm never going to give up this podcast. I absolutely adore doing it. So it's not going anywhere. It's not like, oh, they're on a decline. Nothing like that. It's time to give Devan and Cyrus a bit of a break, I think. I have forced them to watch films that they may or definitely do not like for how many years have we been doing
3
this
years.
now? 3 years. And doing it once every, like watching, let's be honest.
It's longer than 3 years, right?
Is it? Is it longer than 3 years?
We were doing this before COVID.
Jesus. What has it been, 5 years or something?
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, because remember you were coming over to our place and we were sitting at our table, but then during COVID, we were getting you on the phone.
We did? Oh my God, we did do this before COVID.
Yeah.
Good Lord. So, okay, so let's say 5 years. So having them watch a film that, quite frankly, they don't like once every 2 weeks for 5 years is, I know it's fine. I know a lot of the time it's fine, and
I also have a different perspective, but I'll let you continue first.
I know that we have fun talking about them, and it's discovering movies, and kind of there is some interesting chat that comes out of it. But I just want to give them a break for now. Don't get me wrong. Will we go back to once every 2 weeks sometime? Maybe. But for now, I think we need to give them a little bit of a break. And to be honest, I think it'll work better because, and here's a little sneak bit of information for you, there's another podcast on the horizon.
Can I give my perspective first before you drop that bit of news?
Yeah.
My perspective, because I'm the one who suggested it. Sorry. I'm the one who suggested lessening the episodes because you told me, when it comes to our numbers on YouTube, of course, the older school, like Shaw Brothers shape stuff tend to do better than newer stuff, like our last episode, though that was a Halloween thing, are a bit less. And so my thought was, obviously, for our benefit, me and Cyrus, we're not going to, every 2 weeks can't be old school stuff because that's not our favorite. I like some of them, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy them, but I like to change it up. And then if our numbers aren't great, then maybe lessen the frequency of the actual video podcast episodes and maybe put out extra or other types of content, like our Fight Bites do really well. Kung Fu Sations tend to do really well.
You use really well.
Well, better.
Certainly better.
Yeah, and
Mr. Beast, right underneath is us.
Right.
Us, yeah.
And like you do like your reviews and stuff like that.
She's 100% right.
So my thought was, what if
they want?
What if we do less of the recorded video podcasts and try to put out extra content that people tend to respond better to?
Yeah. and she's absolutely right. So you can expect more reviews from me, more fight bites, more kung fu stations.
You need to do a fight bite.
Yeah, I think we'll have to do one at
This
one
gent.
point. So just more stuff to the channel in general, but less podcast. And then on the flip side of that, there is a new podcast on the horizon.
Right.
It will not be Food for Thought. It will not be named Food for Thought. To be honest, it will not be connected to Food for Thought, other than it will have me on it.
He has other friends.
Yes.
He has other friends.
Don't say too much.
I'm not going to say who is
Don't
it,
say
but
too
he
much.
has other friends who would be better talking about it. Cyrus and I, our input
You
is
have other friends? We didn't talk about this.
Wait,
I'm not comfortable with
can I
this.
just clarify? They're online friends.
All right, fine.
people who are better at talking about this, conversing about this, much more knowledgeable and can have a better conversation.
Yeah.
With Sean, who's I know that there are things that he wishes that he could bring up and talk to us about, but Cyrus and I just aren't there.
Ignorant. That is what
Yeah.
they are. They are
Yes.
ignorant.
So this
Sean is Kung Fu Rain Man,
yeah.
and we're Tom Cruise, just kind of spelling his parts.
So this is
That's in the movie, right?
But,
Okay.
but sure. I don't know how I feel about being called the Kung Fu Rain Man.
So this is an opportunity for Sean to also put more time into a project with people who are basically on his level.
Exactly.
That are up here, and me and Cyrus are like
We're in the trash.
down, right? We're down like below in the basement level.
I'm like, wait, who's Gordon Liu again?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so that's why.
First time I'm hearing of it, by the way.
The new podcast? Yeah, well, I haven't talked about it at all. It's been teased briefly on Instagram, but otherwise this is the first time I'm talking about it. We do have a name for the podcast, but I'm not yet going to reveal what the name is or who I'm doing it with.
Yeah, that can wait until you've actually like recorded it.
But I will say, we recorded one episode already, the debut episode, and it's me with two other people. That's all I will say. And I will also say that
two people better and smarter than us.
I will say that the first episode is on a Shaw Brothers film. So that's all I will say.
So you're going to do lots of stuff for this pod, for another pod, and I will continue to do
nada.
That's exactly correct.
Nothing, baby. Not a thing.
I still have want to participate. I still want to contribute to the channel. I have no problem doing fight bites if there's a different, whatever other things that Sean comes up, and I am capable of doing it. If I can participate, I still will.
I'm actually going to do something called bite fights.
Oh, nice.
Where I'm filming people biting each other.
Only biting in a fight. The funny thing is that fight bites, especially with Devan, seem to be one of our better videos. People tend to like Devan. I don't know whether it's the female approach, and they just like a lady talking about martial arts cinema. I don't know, but yeah, when she pops up, people.
Do you wear revealing clothing in these episodes?
She's
I do not.
topless throughout. No clothes whatsoever. Yeah. So that's there you go. That's the news.
Yeah.
So monthly, don't worry, we're not going anywhere. I'm still going to force these motherfuckers to do an episode once every 1 month. Jesus, almost said 2 months there.
No.
Once a month, we are still going to do episodes. We're still going to churn them out. The format isn't changing. We're not getting a divorce. Me and Cyrus, we're not getting a divorce. No, nothing bad's happening or anything like that. I'll still be coming to Cyrus's and chilling. I'm actually going to be over at your place more often.
Why is this?
Because we're not going to do the podcast, so we need to hang out more. So I'll probably start coming over a little more.
Nah, it's all right.
No, yeah, that's cool. I'm happy that we're doing this less. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, I hope that didn't upset anyone, all three of you or whatever. Yeah, I don't think that upset too many people. Although we still have a number of people, and do you know what? Those people out there that contact me still about this regularly and ask us to go weekly, I very much appreciate you. You're very, very wonderful people.
Oh yeah, I would say so. Isn't our listen our not the video on YouTube, but the listens that tends to be higher, right?
Much higher.
Okay, sorry for those folks.
Yeah, audio listeners.
Yeah.
I thank you because you are I mean, not to get too much inside baseball, but our listeners are much higher than our views.
Yeah.
Probably because with views, you're just watching three people talk. And, sometimes that's just not the most exciting thing. Maybe we should flex more often, Cyrus.
Done.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do you think I've been working
Can you
out?
start this episode to start flexing more?
You know what I have been doing? I'll be brief because no one
Yeah.
likes to hear about other people's workouts. When I was in shape 5 years ago, I was like, I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going to do exercises I've seen pros do that I'm too scared. The deadlifts.
By pros, you mean prostitutes.
By prostitutes, yes. This one's running from the police. I did everything like that a strong person should do. And then I broke my back in half. So now I'm doing segments.
Mm-hmm.
Today's arms, shoulders, boobies.
Your arms are looking bigger.
Damn right.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning, baby boy.
Your arms look like meat slabs.
I was supposed to do arms yesterday, so they're actually the tiniest they've looked.
Oh, really? They look like they've been hung on a butcher's hook.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah. Oof.
But yeah, I realized like I've always had kind of broad shoulders, but I never really did shoulders. And I'm looking like fucking Superman in the bathroom, dude. I fucking
so
posture
then
up.
maybe that's
humble
what needs
brag.
to happen.
That's
right.
I am
Maybe you need
Superman.
Yeah. So then maybe we'll have Cyrus do some flexing, give you guys a kind of like a visual.
Gotta give the customer what they want.
You know,
Bring some ladies in, maybe. You know.
maybe back to those costumes. Batman. I think you
I
dressed
almost
up as
put my
Hulk
Macho
Hogan.
Man
I
on
think
today for
Macho
Halloween.
Man.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Oh yeah, that would have been perfect. But yeah, maybe
a beard too.
bring in some more ladies. Bring in the gay man, maybe.
Bring in a lady. Bring in gay man. What?
Bring in the ladies and the gay man. By being attracted to you.
Oh, I thought you meant like I should bring a lady on.
That's what I thought you meant. At
You should
first.
definitely do that.
We could just flex with each other.
Look, I'm saying find a fucking girlfriend, will you? Or a gay man, if that's your thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You never know until you try it.
Well, that's absolutely.
That's
you
very
should
true.
try everything once. as they
That's
say.
a phrase that doesn't work.
No.
Don't knock it till you try
You
it.
don't know if
Should I try and murder someone?
You don't know if you don't like something unless you try it. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's
I
a
don't want
number of things.
anything up my hiney.
You can't say that though.
Why not?
Because you honestly don't know about that one. There's many people out there. I'm not to get too much into detail, but there's many people out there that very much enjoy that experience. What makes you different where you wouldn't enjoy it?
I guess
You
I'll have to
don't
try
know.
it.
Oh, don't
You don't
knock it
know till you try.
We've just proven the rule. God damn. Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
The Shadow Straight, right? That's what it's called.
Shadow Strays.
No. Try again.
The Shadow Strays.
Try again.
The Shadow of Strays.
That's right. Absolutely correct. The Shadow Strays is what we're reviewing this episode. If you don't know, it is a recent Netflix film. It dropped within the last week, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it, ladies and gents.
Let's get into it, brother.
Let's give you some tidbits, brother.
I watched last week's episode or parts of it.
Yeah.
When we were talking about. Oh, I said something like lingerie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, it's pointless. I'm like, you're right. I'm like, when I give it to her, and then and you're
gonna
like,
come off.
did you just say when you give it to her? Like when you have sex with her? I was like, no, man. And then I was like, I'm gonna give it to you, brother. I fucking laughed out loud when I listened to it.
You laughed at yourself.
I laughed at all of us.
Okay, that's good. That's good. See, we're our biggest fans.
Yeah.
So, The Shadow Strays, a 2024 movie directed by Timo Tjahanto. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's difficult. It's got a silent T at the beginning, I think. So, Timo Tjahanto, starring Aurora Ribeiro, Hannah Malasan, Taskia Namya, Agra Piliang, oh dear, Andre Mashadi, Christy Emmanuel, and Adipati Dulkin, which is
Agra.
Adipati
Cadabra over here.
Adipati Dulkin. I think they wrote Lord of the Rings. Sorry. Adipati Dulkin. Dulkin! Oh, sorry, guys. You're gonna miss us. You're gonna miss us when we're doing once a month. Dalton! Fight choreography by Mohammed Irfan. Yeah, some interesting facts. The lead of the film, which is Aurora Ribeiro, she actually started training for the film at the age of 18. and then she started filming, I believe, when she was 19. She's currently 20, and apparently, this is according to the director himself. Everything on screen is her, other than the stunts where she's like crashing through things or falling or something like that. Everything else is fully her. She did everything, so she really, really worked beyond hard. Oh, were you two being knobheads?
No,
I was
I
doing
was
nothing.
giving her a thumbs up.
Hmm.
I don't know what he was doing. I didn't see him.
I was just sitting here.
Yeah, but when I turn, you're smiling, and I don't like that.
Everything happened very quickly. Devin was doing thumbs up to the camera, so you looked at her, and then I looked at her, and then I looked at you, and then you thought I was doing something mischievous.
That's fair. Um, she also learned how to ride a motorbike for the film, so a little bit of tidbit there. The film, this is this is the bit that absolutely blows my mind. This film cost $10 million to make. Now, I haven't seen Joker Part 2 yet, but that film, for context,
120?
$250.
What the shit? How?
So, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know what happens in it, but I'm pretty sure they don't actually film on the moon.
Is there a King Kong in it?
Exactly. King Kong is really funny. Hey, King Kong.
Is there a right? Which one?
That's really good. A King Kong. A Godzilla. That's really good. $10 million to make this. If you gave Timo $100 million, he would make an action film that is for the age. Well, he already has. Night Comes for Us is for the ages, but I can only imagine what it's like. Nobody 2. He's actually directing Nobody 2, and I'm sure his budget is higher for that.
Yeah,
Even if they
that's
give
true.
him $60 million, this is $10 million. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely bonkers. Yeah, blow my mind. Someone I found this very interesting. Someone asked Timo, the director, that why in the warehouse shootout the airbags don't go off in the cars when they crash into each other. Because technically everyone should be okay because of the airbags. And he said, I think this really interestingly ironic, he said the safety manager on his set told him we have to remove the airbags for safety. So they have to
Right.
remove because they were crashing cars, and obviously they would explode.
Punch you in the face with an
Yeah,
airbag.
they would explode in someone's face, which you can't have on set, obviously,
That makes sense. Yeah.
because it would injure someone. So for safety, they had to remove the airbags, which I think is a nice bit of irony, movie making irony there. Yeah, there you go. So I'll just say one more. I mentioned it to Devan and Cyrus earlier. A lot of people online saying the start of the film looks like Kill Bill. It's Kill Bill. It's Kill Bill. Not realizing that Quentin Tarantino pilfered his look from Lady
Pilfered.
Snowblood.
Also,
Good word.
also, like that thought never even crossed my mind because
Because it's snow.
it's snow. That's not, something special. Snow opening a movie isn't unheard of. Doesn't mean that one person did it or one director did it. Doesn't mean that other people can't do it. Nor would I ever think to try to compare them. It doesn't. It's a silly frame of mind.
That means Russia can't make movies.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very, very strange.
So
It means Liam Neeson in The Grey is actually Kill Bill. Yeah, it. So a lot of people were saying like, oh, you've kind of they weren't saying like, oh, you've stolen this. They were saying, oh, it's an homage to Kill Bill. It's an homage to Kill Bill, and it wasn't. It was an homage to Lady Snowblood, which is very, very dope. There's lots of homages in this film. If you know Asian cinema, then you'll notice. I think personally, you'll notice a blatant one, which I'll dip into in a minute. When someone says the word snow too many times, I think my brain's broken. When someone says the word snow too many times, like we did, my brain just goes inform. I don't know why, because I just connect informal with snow. I think I'm ill.
I went to the store the other day and Rick James was playing.
Nice.
It was Give It To Me, Babe.
Yep.
And the guy at the register was like singing it, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
When I came home last night,
He's like, "That stuff, that sweet funk stuff."
I did that. I forget where I was. I was somewhere, and yeah, that was playing, and I 100% was singing. along.
Rick James was playing.
Yeah.
Why is Rick James playing everywhere at the moment?
Banger.
Well, true.
Yeah.
It is
And
Rick
I
James.
absolutely sang along. It's great.
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't know if that song should be on the radio. Honestly, obviously I'm cool with it, but like little kids are like,
Yeah. he gets very upset about a woman not making love to him.
He does.
Yeah.
Came home last night.
Wouldn't make love to me. Curse you.
She was fast asleep.
Yeah. Fuck that bitch. She was sleeping when you came home late last
Drunk?
night.
I came home drunk?
Yeah.
Why is she sleeping?
Dare she?
Right?
You were off your tits on cocaine, but she was asleep. Good lord.
Yeah,
Get rid of her.
It is
What a
problematic, but yeah, it's so much fun.
So guys,
Yeah.
let's have some bloody opinions.
Yeah.
What do you think about the shadows today's? Who wants to come forth with an opinion?
Devan.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'll go first. It's very good. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Do I? So of course, thinking, how it compares to, uh, the night comes
That's
for
the
us.
problem with our kids today. They're comparing everything.
Yeah.
Compare. You don't always have to compare.
No,
Just talk about something on its own merits.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
it's
That's right.
good. No, it is.
That's not even a
It
phrase.
absolutely. It's a good film. I don't like it as much. I didn't like it as much as The Night Comes for Us. There's similarities, but then there are blatant. There are, of course, it's different. But would I watch this movie again? Probably not.
You've seen it twice now.
Yeah.
And the first time we watched it, Devin said, I wouldn't watch that again.
Mhm.
We kind of watched it today again. For
Right.
the
We watched it
podcast.
last week when it
Yeah.
came out, and then we watched
We
again
watched it specifically today
as a refresher.
as a refresher.
Damn.
And yeah, I think you are saying now that you have no interest in watching it again in the future.
No.
Okay.
Like, great fights, very enjoyable fights. What's her name? Aurora.
Yeah, the actress.
Yeah, I thought she was great. Both ladies, great. But it didn't. I don't know why. And I guess we can talk about that later. About The Night Comes for Us. But I thought it was good.
All right. Cyrus, when did you watch this film? Today?
Today.
Okay.
And let me tell you something, brother. Too long, baby boy.
All right.
is
I have
long.
seen that.
It's a bit
I've seen that said online that
Flat
a
out.
few people say it's a bit too long.
You know what? I'll go a step further. It's 1 hour too long.
Oh wow. Okay.
No movie we've ever seen has needed to be cut that much, in my opinion.
Okay. So you'd call this a 90-minute film stretched out to 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But did you like what you saw?
It was fine.
Okay.
I think I'm comparing as well too much. I'm really just finding things to complain about, I think, instead of
Interesting.
finding things to be
Okay.
happy about.
I've got something to speak to on that, but yeah, go ahead. I know what you mean though.
Like, just for example, like who made the shadows? How many are there? Why did this organization get
Oh.
Okay.
created?
I
What do
didn't
they do?
Yeah, I didn't get into that.
No,
Or
neither did I.
Didn't care.
No. In fact, I'm the opposite of you in that I like that.
Okay.
I like the mystery around the shadows. I like that they're like this clandestine people, a bunch of people, and they live in this world that's almost a bit like John Wick.
Oh,
In
yeah.
that she can slide the phone down and there's a gun there, which is nuts. But I love that there's this underworld that has these shadows in it, and I like the fact that maybe in a sequel we'll find out a bit more about them.
Definitely a sequel, right?
Well, it's doing very well on Netflix.
I mean, yeah.
So
it's set up for a sequel if it happens. Let's see.
yeah, Timo wants to do one. He just needs Netflix to give him the green light.
Got the Mad Dog.
Sure do.
It's a beautiful thing. But you thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine.
All right.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it, and I probably comparing it far too much in my head, or thinking about the things that I liked about The Night Comes for Us.
That's not a good sign.
No, you can't.
I know. I
Can't do
I
that.
keep thinking about the things that I liked about The Night Comes for Us compared to this movie.
I liked Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, but I'm
I was
comparing
gonna
it
do
to
the
The
same
Raid.
That's like if I watch this movie, I'm like,
I
you know what I like
know.
about Star Wars?
I know. It's not good.
So to speak to this a little bit, firstly, I will say I like the film a lot more than both of these two. I will go as far as to say I fucking love the film. I truly, truly love it. The first time I watched the film, I did what Cyrus mentioned in that I spotted the issues or gripes I had with the film very blatantly. I loved it, don't get me wrong. First time watching it, I really, really enjoyed it. And I gave it 4 stars, I think, or 4.5 stars. 4 stars, I think, on Letterboxd. But I was spotting certain things where I was just like, don't like that, or that's not very good. And I will also say that the first time going into the film, I had The Night Comes for Us locked and loaded in my brain, and I was expecting a one-up from The Night Comes for Us, not just in terms of action, but in terms of plot and all this stuff. And I just expected a more advanced film than The Night Comes for Us. And I think that completely ruined my viewing of it. Upon second watch today, I like this film so much more.
Dude, hold on,
It's insane.
real quick. As a movie watcher,
Yeah.
you are somewhat of an expert. Would you say?
I would say I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
It's kind of the opposite effect kind of happens. If you're just like an average person, watch movies from time to time,
Yeah.
you don't really expect much. You watch one, you go, fire, this is great. Look at that, look at this is fantastic. Now that you've seen everything, it's kind of like a curse because you go into a new movie and you're like, all right, you better wow me.
Yeah.
Or I've
100%.
seen this, huh?
Devin knows that.
Or
I do
like,
that. I
not
do
that's
that
not
with so
right.
many films.
Yeah.
I have expectations for every film.
So that's what's interesting about watching something twice.
Yep.
Because I did the expert thing this time. And I'm like, this isn't great. This isn't great. Why didn't they do that? If
Yep.
I watched it again, that would already be done with.
That's
And then I'd be
exactly-
like,
yes,
and let me experience it.
that's exactly what I did. Exactly that. I do that all the time. There's
Yeah,
a
he does.
guarantee that films I do not like upon first watch, I will like. I will do a complete 180 on
Yep.
them. The only one I can think of is Baby Driver off the top of my head. I watched Baby Driver. I fucking didn't like it at all. I thought it was
And I
shite.
did not understand why you didn't like
No
it.
one did.
Baby Driver is really good.
And then I watched it again, and I fucking loved it. I loved it. I do that so often; it's almost like embarrassing when I tell people because they're just like, "Well, why you change? Why did you flip flop?" And it's because I go in with so many expectations. I mean, it was ironic.
I
me
feel like
making
if
fun
you
of
don't
Devin.
like a film, you shouldn't post anything about it.
You're absolutely right.
Until you
I
watch
should
it a
not
second
review a
time.
film until I've seen it the second time. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But honestly, the second watch of this was a revelation. It absolutely blew my mind. It's a 5-star film for me, 100%. I saw so much more upon the second viewing. I was able to focus on the fight choreography more, the action more, the plot more, and honestly, I don't know why the second viewing just did so much more for me.
And I don't know why, like for me, I don't know why I didn't feel, even though they were great, and the plot is fine, I did not feel invested, and I
Interesting.
don't know why.
I really did.
You don't know these characters.
But then again, but I guess so. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to get like a full backstory on everyone. On every character, like straight
Yeah.
up in the beginning to care about them.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of films who are, it's about, relatively the same. You don't know a whole lot about them, but I don't know. I don't know what was up with me
I'm surprised by your feelings for this film. I thought you'd like it a lot more. I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly thought I would too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel I'm not saying it's terrible. It's certainly not a terrible movie. It had great action, but I've walked away from it indifferent, and I cannot figure out why.
I guess it's just
Gotta watch it a third time.
happens.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I do need to watch
I
it.
will
a
say
third time.
this. I will go on record as saying this. The Night Comes for Us and The Shadow Strays, 2 very different films in my opinion. We shouldn't be comparing them, but I will say this. I prefer Iko Uwais' style of action in The Night Comes for Us over this one. I think Mohammed Irfan, if that's how you say his name, I'm not sure, is incredible at what he does. But the Uwais team, they shoot action a little bit more clearly. And I
Yeah.
really, really like
There were
that.
definitely moments where I wasn't sure what was happening.
Second time watching this film, I saw much more.
Oh, really?
I was
Okay.
able to. I don't know what it was. It was like someone flipped a switch in my brain. I was picking up everything.
Yes.
If anything, in my notes second time around, I actually think the action is so well shot in this film because it is close up. It is frantic and frenetic, but I was able to pick up on absolutely everything.
Mm.
And I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's like I got my fucking mutant power.
There were like two or three particular moments where, like, the first go around, I couldn't quite see what was happening.
Me too. Me too.
Second go around, I still had a bit. It still wasn't clear to me. So maybe I do need to watch it a
There's
third time.
2 or 3 moments in the film, I think, in my opinion, that it just gets a little bit too dark.
Yeah.
And I missed a few moves. But I also think it's shot so cleverly in the dark because a lot of the time you can still see what's going on. And I think that's the beauty of this film. It's so incredibly well directed, and the cinematography is lush in this film. And I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying a lot of people in general, might just view this as a standard action film, and it is a standard action film. But there's a lot more going on to it. There's a lot of character development in this film as
Yeah,
well.
no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone in this movie dies.
Yep.
Not everyone.
Kind of.
The lead doesn't.
Well, yeah, one, but everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, everyone else does. Which is spoilers, by the way. Yeah.
Fucking everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody.
everyone does.
Even
Well, that's a good point.
even the guy who kind of does a turnaround,
Yeah.
a 180.
Yeah.
Jackie.
And it's so funny because people, I was going to mention this, I didn't want to mention spoilers on Twitter yet. It's a bit too early. So there's this film out right now called Terrifier 3. I don't know if you know about it.
No.
So the Terrifier movies came out. They are slasher films, and they are well known for currently being the most gory films. Like, they are known as shocking.
I saw the first one.
You did? Okay.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
There's one thing. I won't even get too graphic, but
You can say.
I don't even think I can explain it without being graphic.
Go ahead.
He removes someone's skin from their body
Oh dear. Mm.
very quickly. Right?
Ew.
Well, there's the other
He's
one
like,
with
whoosh.
the
Ugh.
off when he strings the woman up.
Okay.
Anyway,
Stuff.
No, thank you.
Anyway, basically the first movie was super gory. The second one, I'm not kidding, it's 10 times gorier than the first film. It's shocking. It's generally shocking. And the third film has just come out, and everyone's saying, well, this is the most brutal film ever. And it's funny because people are complaining about Terrifier 3. A lot of
Bitches.
a lot of kind of tight-minded people, Christian people, are complaining that kids get killed in Terrifier. There's lots of kids that get killed, and I'm watching this and I'm just like, well, this film not only kills a child, it kills a pregnant woman as well. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this one's pretty grim as well. Although it's not gross in any way, but it's still that kid, Moji.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal. Monji, sorry. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, he was beaten to death.
Yeah, it's his death. Like it's all stretched out as well. It's no
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
You never actually see like kids that are beaten up in a movie.
Not at all.
I don't even.
Yeah.
No.
So there was just like you don't like see him take any hits or anything, but there's a shot where you see the fist come back,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the next time you see him again, yeah, he's beat to shit, and
Yeah.
he basically slowly dies from his injuries.
He's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, that's it. You're hungry. That's your status.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about the violence in the film? Not the actual action, but the violence.
Fine.
Do you have any kind of stance on the violence whatsoever? Okay, let me ask you this. Actually, let me switch my question. Is violence to this level in a film entertaining, or do you find it overkill? Or neither.
Honestly, when they go into the super over the top violence,
Yeah.
like when she gouges his eyes out,
Yeah.
bites his ear, and all
Yeah.
that.
Which Devan did not care for.
I don't like eye stuff, so I didn't look at that.
And then she stabs a guy in the throat with a sharpened bat. It's it takes me out of it a little bit.
Oh,
I love that stuff, but I either want it all the time or not at all.
Oh, okay. This film pretty consistently gives you violence, though, right?
Yeah, but not
absolutely.
the over the top bat in the throat.
I guess you're right.
Everything else is just like fighting.
That's true.
Stabbing, shooting, yeah.
That's some vicious stuff, though. Like,
oh well, yeah. There's
at the
absolutely
start,
some vicious stuff.
pulls that man between his legs and the blade cuts him in the balls. That's pretty
Yeah.
grim. There's little moments like that throughout.
Gives
the
him a
film.
red bag.
Yep.
She does
She
give him a
did
red
give him a
bag,
red bag.
indeed. There's a joke. Get it? Go on, Devon. Grab it. We have a red bag, and
Where we keep some cords.
I was mentioning earlier that
We refer
going
to
to
it
the
as a red bag.
doctor with a red bag would be a completely different thing. So anyway, it's a shit joke. But yeah, I find it so interesting that like violence is so entertaining to this level.
Yeah.
I love this gory stuff, and sometimes it's just so aesthetically pleasing. And someone said that the Shadow Strays is just a series of Mortal Kombat fatalities, which is kind of good. I kind of get it, but I really like it. I think there's something. When Cyrus says it takes him out of the film, I kind of get it because the extreme violence is so cartoony in a way, but I kind of love it. I love it when it's totally over the top, and I'm always going, okay, this is like a boss fight. How are they going to kill this dude? And I'm always excited about how they're going to do it. And Timo doesn't usually let me down. I guess we don't have to go through the film plot by plot. I've got a few pointers, I think, that I'll go through briefly. I think the film it kicks off this film very, very well.
I agree.
The opening sequence with the Japanese, I am assuming he's a Yakuza
Yeah, like a
boss.
mob boss. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get the Lone Wolf and Cub reference, which is the Asian movie reference I was mentioning earlier, where they say you cut a man's throat and his throat whistles and blood like paints the floor. That's actually a lone. We watched it, Shogun Assassin.
Yeah.
They mentioned that in Shogun Assassin, and then it
Yeah.
happens at the end of Shogun Assassin.
Oh.
Just as in this film, it also happens at the end. She slits a guy's throat and his throat whistles. So great little Shogun Assassin, Lone Wolf and Cub reference there. Now, I think there's a subversion of expectations in this film. When the geisha comes in, my mind goes,
She's the assassin.
Geisha's the assassin.
Yeah.
Geisha's the assassin.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, which most people kind of would, I imagine.
Yeah.
I can't remember what film it is where the geisha is the assassin, but maybe it's a lot of films. I don't know, but there is definitely one, and it's not. It's not.
He was not nice to that woman.
No,
he
he
was
wasn't.
not nice
Well,
to that
yeah.
woman. He was awfully
was gross.
not good.
Yeah.
That
It's like,
woman.
we're gonna do it. I'm
That's
like,
right.
Get ready.
All right,
And
man.
I'm like, yeah.
Why so
I mean,
mean?
excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm not being prepared to be raped by you.
Yeah, grim, very
Yeah.
grim. Then Aurora Ribeiro, 13 is her name in this film.
Right.
That's a code name. She pops out, and what can I say? The first kill, it goes, hey guys, you're in for one hell of a ride, because
Yep.
the first kill in this film is fucking
It's-
fantastic.
Yeah,
Lost
head
my head.
basically.
Lost my
Yeah,
head when I saw it.
basically. Yeah, dangling,
Yeah, she cuts a guy's throat, and his head tilts back,
and it's just dangling.
dangling, and then it falls off, and it bounces on the floor. And it's
Lordy.
a beautiful thing. Then we get, honestly, one of the most incredible action sequences of the year, I think, in my opinion. That whole sequence is so good. I'm going to ask you this, Cyrus. You probably won't know the answer to this because I'm not sure you're going to understand the reference I'm
I
making.
always have the answer.
When you saw her first, the shadow character, 13, do you get Psycho Mantis vibes at all? Or can you see what I'm going for saying that?
Yeah, it's the mask, right?
Yes, very much.
I didn't play that Metal Gear Solid, but I know that character. Sure.
Okay, just checking. For those that have played Metal Gear Solid, for some odd reason when I first saw it, I was just like Psycho Mantis. I don't know. It just felt kind of like Psycho Mantis, not the bondage gear that Psycho Mantis also wears, but I don't know. I just got a vibe. Just be on the phone if you want.
I'm looking up Psycho Mantis.
Oh,
Oh, I see what you're
you
saying.
see what I'm saying? A little bit. Little bit.
I see what you're saying.
Anyway, that's just by the by. Yeah, great action sequence. The style of action in this film, I will say this, is so unbelievably clever. Smart. It's not even clever, it's smart. So you will see many moments in this film where 13 fights a whole bunch of men, She doesn't have a knife. All she has is her fists and wits, baby. And she cannot. It's not that she cannot. She struggles to go toe to toe with a man who's like 100 pounds heavier than her. She gets hit. She gets beaten.
Yeah.
Put a blade in her hand, untouchable.
Right.
She's unbelievable. And I think that's a really smart way of doing the action because it makes it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying the action in this film is realistic. It's not. But that conceptually is so much better because, if you're getting punched by a man who's twice your weight in the face, you're not going to just get up and keep on fighting. But with her, she's fighting with this blade, and, there's an interesting bit at the start where people are throwing fists at her, and she's blocking their arm with her sword. She's not blocking it, then stabbing. She's blocking it with the sword, and it's immediately cutting into their arm. It's like, God, that's so clever. That's a really smart way of fighting.
Yeah.
And she just, disables her opponents so unbelievably well. And I think it's just, once she has a weapon in her hand, she's an absolute beast. Don't get me wrong. When she doesn't have a weapon, she's pretty damn good as well. But I just think that the style of action in this, and they also make it a lot about trapping rather than blocking, because heavy blows are not easy to block. She's very much trapping and kind of leading people one certain way and then slicing them. I don't know. It's very stylish. It's very good, and it's very clever. I thought very smart.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And you see a lot of that at the beginning, and then we get introduced early to Umbra. Umbra and 13 are kind of the two, master and student.
Correct.
Umbra is. Oh, by the way, there's lots of human shields in this film. I like that.
Yeah.
Lots of human shields in this film.
So 13, she basically gets knocked out. She gets shot a couple times and passes out or whatever. So that's when Umbra comes in and decimates the rest of these bad guys.
Question.
Yeah.
Why is it in films that a lot of bad guys, there's going to be a group of bad guys, right? Someone rolls a grenade at them and they go.
I know, right? 100%. As that happened, I was just like, "Why aren't you guys running?" I'm like, it can't be anything good.
If there's a grenade-shaped thing with a red light on it going boop 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 boop,
Or
try
literally
running from it.
Or literally, you see this rando kill a bunch of my dudes and then tosses something at me. It's not going to be good. Whatever it is, get away from it.
You see this rando killing a bunch of my dudes. It's a very good phrase. That was very hip, my love.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
A couple of randos killing my dudes.
Rando pops up, starts killing my dudes. Yeah.
And rolls a grenade at you. Try moving away from the grenade.
Yeah.
Especially if the grenade goes like this, specifically. Boop, boop,
boop, boop, boop, boop, boop, yep, they had time. They had time. They just stood there and stared
at it. And then nail bombs as well. Oof. Mm-hmm. Grim.
Yeah, those like a shrapnel thing. Yeah.
Those seemed more like torture.
100%.
As opposed to killing.
There's the 100% force of them, but the nails.
Yeah. Oof. It's fucked up.
Yeah, no fun. No fun at all.
She's a scary lady. Umbra.
Yeah, Umbra. So there's oh my God, I could talk about this film for days. There's a brilliant juxtaposition between 13 and Umbra. Umbra
13 is the bratty child. Oh. Their interactions, like in the beginning of that, she's absolutely the bratty like misfit child.
Yes, but I see it slightly different. She's
too young.
See, I don't see that either.
Oh, really?
It's interesting. I see 13 is looking for her humanity. She's lived in this cold, indifferent world, and you can see that in Umbra. Umbra's cold, emotionless, and 13 is looking for something more. Hence why she first sees this kid. She's like, I gotta protect him. He's like innocent, and she's lost her innocence. She never had her innocence.
You know, she's thinking, "What the kid?
Mm-hmm.
This kid is me.
It's me." Yeah, I actually put that in my notes. And I think she's looking for like this slice of humanity that she's never had, and she wants to break the mold. So you're right. I think because of that, she comes across as like rebellious or bratty in a way. But there's a brilliant line drawn between Umbra and 13, and I think it's nice, and it makes for a nice conflict that isn't like violent conflict. It's just personality conflict.
But also, like, there was that interaction between Umbra and 13 where 13 was being rebellious and talking about how basically this isn't a life, and Umbra was kind of lecturing her, and there's this line that she said, and basically it was just something to the effect of like, "Then why are you here?" But she didn't choose to be there.
Yes,
And I thought that was interesting. I'm like, why are you here? I was
that's
like, she
true.
didn't volunteer. I was like, this doesn't seem like, even though it was like literally in the beginning of the movie, and I was just like, I don't think she volunteered for this. I don't
Also,
think she chose to be there. And even if
well,
she
she
said,
didn't.
right, well, yeah, but in
We
that,
found out later. Sorry,
yeah,
yes.
in that moment, it's literally we're just being introduced to them, and I was just like, this doesn't seem like the position. This is something that she volunteered for, and even if she didn't want to be there, I don't get the impression that you guys would just let her fuck off and do her own
That's
thing.
exactly what I was just about to say.
Right.
If she tried to leave, something in me believes
Right.
that she might end up dead.
Right.
Because I don't think you leave the shadows very easily.
And then, yeah, come to find out, yeah, you very much cannot leave them.
Did she like repress the event with her mother?
That's what the pills are for, I
That's what
think.
the pills are for.
That's what the pills issue. It's to make her forget.
Oh.
Like she couldn't remember what her name was. So, although here's the other thing. So that whole business, she has this. So I guess she doesn't. And those pills repressing her memory. So these little flashes of her mom. But I guess in that instance, she doesn't remember. She doesn't remember Umbra being there.
No, not at all.
Right,
No,
right, right,
that
and
all
right,
comes at
and
the end.
yeah, and that it's Umbra is the one who killed her mom. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, the pills make her forget.
I'm going to request the removal of an action movie trope.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sick of seeing this in action movies. Can we stop having badass characters reveal either amazing tattoos or crazy scars on their back in the shower? We've seen it
Oh
so many
yeah.
times. John Wick, Atomic Blonde, this, countless other. I watched.
Born Identity?
Oh, maybe Scars in Born Identity. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I watched another film the other day where it happens, and I can't remember what the hell the film was. But we need to stop doing that trope.
But I suppose, but in the context of that world, I mean, it makes sense.
It 100% does. I've got no complaints about the shot. I just think it's been used a lot.
Well, yeah.
But no, it looked awesome seeing her scars and seeing it. She's got a muscly back too. So
There's another
Yeah.
trope is just people in the shower that are like grieving.
emotional.
You go to the
people in
shower and you cry.
Yeah.
It's like always. Fucking James Bond. She's in the shower on the floor and
You never
crying.
cried in the shower?
No.
Have I ever cried in the shower?
Why would I be sad and have to cry and then
I
go, hold
don't
on?
like. I got emotional once, but it's not. But I didn't. Of course, didn't go into the shower to cry. But I had things on my mind, but yeah,
course.
typically, yeah, like I want to cry in bed. I want to be in my yeah. I want to be under the covers, and I would cry there.
I'll cry anyway. I cried watching Color Purple.
Yeah,
3 times.
That was a great film. Very emotional.
Cried in Zootopia, you know what I mean?
Zootopia. I need to watch that again. I haven't seen that in a while.
It's fun. It still holds up.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one in quite some time. I don't even remember what happens in Zootopia. I need to
Dude.
watch it.
I thought it was a let's make some money quick movie. We've got some animals and some
no.
people's voices and
No.
let's go. That movie's excellent.
Have you heard about that new film, The Wild Robot?
Yeah.
New animated film that just everyone's crying at?
Oh, really?
I just obtained a copy. Yeah, I really, really want to watch it because apparently everyone's watching it. It's making everyone bawl.
Oh, I don't want to cry. No,
So,
thanks.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
seek
sick.
out movies to cry.
I like a good movie cry.
I like the cry, but I don't want to know it's coming.
No, neither do I. You're absolutely right. But I enjoy a good movie cry. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, if I know that if that's a thing that I've heard, like if I know it's something that's gonna make me cry, then I won't watch it.
Oh, that's okay. That's weird.
I don't want to cry in a movie.
That's weird. Sure. One thing I liked about this film, they do not sexualize 13. Not even remotely. A lot of films.
She got her Babylonians touched for a second.
Oh yeah, but that was grim. That wasn't it wasn't
Yeah.
sexy. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, films I think often with female protagonists, especially action films, they're often a bit sexy, and
Tomb Raider
They're
actually.
sexist.
Tomb Raider, Atomic Blonde has sexy moments in it. She has a lesbianic scene with Sophie Boutella.
Kill
So
Bill.
Sofia Boutella is also nude in that Zack Snyder film, Rebel Moon. There you go. You get a lot of that in films. In this, 13, not only is she not sexualized, she's wearing quite baggy clothes, quite almost to hide her body,
Mhm.
but she's very feminine, which I think is very interesting.
They sexualize men too. James Bond.
Listen to this guy.
I'm just saying.
Men too.
Marvel. Every Marvel
God,
guy.
try mansplaining. Listen to him, sexist pig.
Everyone's sexist. Except for me.
Yeah, they do sexualize men. Yeah, Marvel do. Chris Hemsworth sexualized to shit. Yeah.
Chris Evans, yeah, absolutely. America's ass.
Oh, Chris Evans, yeah, he's sexualized.
Black Panther. The other guy in Black Panther.
Black Panther? Which guy?
The guy.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
He's not sexualized, is he? Joel would have been really funny
They all get ripped.
if I went, what guy, and you went the black one. That would have been very funny.
The black guy.
That would have been very
Jesus.
funny.
The Panther.
I guess he's sexualized. I guess.
Him and Killmonger have a
Oh,
sexy
Kill-
fight.
Oh, they do have a sexy fight. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Killmonger has his shirt off in 90% of the film. I think
hmm
he's looking stacked in that film.
Stacked.
Yeah, stacked,
I don't think that's the right way of using that.
isn't it? A lady stacked?
Yeah.
Only? About titties? Is
Yeah.
titties being stacked?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't know American phrases. I don't know. I've only been here 20 years. Yeah, give me time.
I'm trying to think of that song that uses stacked in it. She's built. She's
Is it Rag City, bitch? Rag
no.
On my 50s. What was it?
20s on
20s.
that on that.
Oh,
Sans,
she's
bitch.
I'm thinking of she's a Batman pajama. She's built. She's stacked. She's something.
Bad man, Majema.
I didn't know stacked. Sorry, guys, I used the wrong term. Anyway, Michael J. White. Nope. Nope.
Move on. Move on.
Nope.
Back to the movie.
Michael B. Jordan,
Back to this film.
the basketball player. Yes. So yeah, I was going to talk about how she thinks Monji is herself, but you brought that up, which is awesome. There's definitely, I think he has an innocence that she really wants to find because she lost hers, and she wants to find her innocence again. So she's very protective. But we get introduced to Monji, who is a child character. Do you know what? Do you know what I don't like? The moment. So I don't like when the lady grabs 13's boobs and like kind of like yeah. But I don't like when what's his name Haga grabs Jackie's ass.
Yeah.
It's such a power move.
Yeah.
It's a horrible power move.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Haga in this. He's
He's a creep.
perv and weirdo and
He's a
just
creep.
a creep.
Well, all of them are creeps.
And there's a guy called Jackie, which is Jackie has like an arc.
He's like a henchman.
Yeah, he has an arc in this film.
Yeah,
in which
he's
he
just
starts
kind
off
of
shithead.
a lowly henchman
Yeah.
for the bad guy.
He starts off like a rat, like a piece of shit, and then ends up being kind of like almost a good guy. But he goes to visit this Haga, this bad guy, and in order to exhibit a power move, he goes, "You're mine, your ass is mine," and he grabs a knuckle deep in his ass crack, like a handful of
his
cheek.
fingers were on the money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh lord, that's like a horrible
Yeah.
a display of power. Like it's domination in a way that I do not care for, but it very much suits the style of the film. Emasculating, absolutely, absolutely. Having that done to you, very very grim. Yeah, it's a handful. There's like a sexual element throughout this
Would
film.
you be a bit shocked if Devan gave you a real big ass squeeze?
No,
Wouldn't bother you at all.
I touch his butt all the time.
Like let's say you hug and she comes in for 2 heaping handfuls.
no.
I
Hey,
do.
nice.
Does that all the
I do
time.
that already.
Sweet.
She grabs my ass like a villain. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. She smacks my ass.
Heck yeah.
She
Yep.
gives me a good old slap when she walks past me.
Yep.
She even slaps my ass and goes, "That was a good one." She says,
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah.
"Oh, we're free. We're free in our house. You don't care."
Nice.
Yeah. She got a handful of whatever she wants.
I like a nice butt slap.
You like receiving?
I like doing them more, I think.
Doing them. I like doing them. Oh yeah, I love an ass grab. A real cheek throttle. I'm a fan.
I don't know. Right. I don't know if throttle's a good word.
You can throttle something. That's choke.
Oh.
To choke someone is the throttle. If you're doing that,
Well, you want to apply that to. You still want to apply that word to a butt grab.
okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Like a real death.
Vigorous jiggle.
Oh, a jiggle's good. Oh, we're going into no. Anyway, back to the film. I was like, I lost myself for a minute. I was like, oh, jiggle's good. I got weird for a moment. Ugh.
That was the inner monologue.
Yeah, that was
Inner
yeah.
monologue coming
That's
out.
right. My intrusive thoughts were speaking. Yeah, I'm just looking through my notes.
5 minutes
5 minutes to what?
before we should start doing listener questions.
Before
Really?
Dalton?
Before Dalton.
Only 5 minutes. Oh my god, we haven't even got halfway through the film.
There's not much to say.
I'll go through my various notes. Are fingers in the ears a genuine torture?
I did not care for that. I wasn't. I was just like, how deep can your fingers go into someone? Like,
How deep is
literally,
love?
is it even possible to get your
No.
finger? I mean, you'd really, yeah. I didn't think it was possible, and it just, I didn't like it at all.
It's a creative torture.
Right.
And some of those
Yeah, I
are the
guess.
most.
But still, I was just like,
Unpleasant.
don't care for that at all.
There's a few holes in this film, which are interesting. So Jackie's a harmless henchman, and they send so many people to kill him and his sick mother. Like
Yeah.
basically one man could kill Jackie, and they send a team of assassins to go and kill him.
I
which
think that was
conveniently
in
leads
the
to an amazing
event.
fight.
I think that was in the event that she was there because
yeah?
they know that she's with him.
Maybe.
Or he was helping her, but we didn't talk. So we talked about one bad guy, but we didn't talk about the others.
What, Gimp Mask Boy?
Right. So there's
Which is
the
blah.
creepy.
I love that.
There's the creepy criminal guy. Unclear as specifically what his purpose was.
Haga?
I don't know if it's drugs or whatever. Haga. Then there's the
Human
crooked-
trafficking?
Maybe
Well,
I don't
they're into
really.
all kinds of shit.
Well, yeah, they're into all kinds of shit. But you know how like the other guy is the policeman, the crooked policeman,
Mhm.
and then the other guy is the politician's son.
Oh, I think
So that's what I mean. Like I didn't know
Haga's
Haga is
just
just
like
straight criminal.
yeah, straight criminal. Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
straight criminal. But all these three of these guys,
Just
and
Michael
they're
Jackson's other song.
right, and their weird kind of obsession with each other,
Yeah,
or love for each
it's
other.
vaguely
Yeah,
homoerotic.
because Haga gets killed, and then that sends the other two, like especially the crooked cop, on like a fucking spiral.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, and one of them wears a gimp mask.
Mhm.
And do you know what? Getting a villain and making him menacing is one thing, but once a villain puts on a gimp mask,
And then turns
it
like
cranks things up.
yeah.
Yeah, the gimp in Pulp Fiction, weird. Don't care for him. Creeps me out.
Yeah.
The gimp guy in People Under the Stairs, weird. Creeps me out. Machine from 8mm wears a gimp mask. He's weird. I don't like it. Then he puts on a gimp mask in this, and he's a bit creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beats up kids and
And it's
rapes.
not necessarily. I mean, he wears it when he has sex with this lady, but it's like the mask represents the turn.
His
the turn
mode.
from right
His-
from his to his like
Torture time.
his crazy torture
Yeah.
mode.
One thing I love about this film, the action, is when 13 fights. If she's got a gun in her hand, when people come at her, like she'll be fighting one person and she'll just go pa 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 pa. She'll empty like an entire clip into one guy.
Yeah.
I fucking loved that. The biggest waste of bullets. It's absolutely pointless. That guy would die after being hit twice, but she unloads a gun each time, and it's beautiful. I love it. I don't know why. I just love that. I also love the bit where she leaves the body like hanging on the thing, but she's flashing the light from the other side when she's on the motorbike.
Oh,
That's such a well shot bit. It's really, really cool.
gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, I love how so many moments like end up leading to fights in this. We even skipped the fucking club fight, which is one of the
Oh,
best
yeah.
fights in the entire
was good.
thing. Haga gets killed, basically.
So basically, Manji's mom dies, and he knows that these people that are around her are basically responsible. So like a stupid child, he tries to go like kill the people who killed his mom, and of course gets caught.
Yes.
So she goes looking for him, and she ends up at the club, and that's how she that's where she kills Haga and has this a very, very good fight with a bunch of bad guys in this club.
Yeah, and there's also a loopy woman that gets involved. It's like the bad
Haga's
woman.
sister.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, she was crazy.
She's a nutball.
Cyrus didn't like her.
No, didn't care for her.
I don't know. She's like a caricature.
100%.
I like her though. I
Absolutely.
like her. The fight at
But then, basically 13's rampage is she's trying to find and rescue Manji.
the fight in Jackie's place has one of my favorite moments in the entire film. So she holds a guy's head to a burner on an oven.
And he's wearing a plastic mask.
Sets his face on fire. He's wearing a plastic mask. Sets his face on fire. He's all burnt to a crisp and feeling fucking shit. Falls down. He grabs her leg, and another guy's coming. She picks up boiling hot soup, pours that on him.
It's
and
oil.
Then continues, oil, sorry, and then continues to use the wok basically as fucking Captain America's shield against another guy. If that's not perfect flow of fight choreography, I don't know what is. From burner to oil to weapon, it's so clever. I don't know how someone's mind works like that and goes, okay, she's gonna do this, then this,
You know what else is
then
cool?
this.
She's heating the oil up as well.
Yes,
She's going, in about 30 seconds, I'm going to burn your
I'm
face.
gonna use this. It's so clever. I love when there's like concepts or ideas that flow throughout a film. It's always good to see that. I'm trying to wrap up quickly, Devon, because obviously you said,
We're at an hour.
oh my god, are we at an hour? Jesus Christ.
Drug deal. Everyone's dead.
Troika gets introduced, and I love Troika.
Oh yeah,
He's a giant, and it's
like basically crushes people.
he crushes people's heads.
With his
Also, that whole forest scene and the fight with the pregnant woman is like something from a comic book. Because Troika feels like a cartoon character. He's a giant. And then there's this guy who jumps out of some leaves, and he floats like a wuxia character. And I love it. I don't know. There's certain things about this film that are so clever.
Yeah, and I feel like I guess the one thing that I was disappointed about is, in my opinion, we didn't get enough of Umbra. She like disappears, and I get it. This movie is about 13 and stuff, but Umbra disappears for a long ass time while we see what's up with 13, and then she pops back up in this forest, and then they introduce Trova or whatever his name is, or Trove, and yeah, so and then she has a fight with a lady. So basically, there's this group of like former Shadow people who've left Shadow, and she's sent there to kill them all. And she has a very great fight with this lady who turns out to be pregnant. But anyway, and I would have liked to have seen more of her.
Yeah, I like Umbra too. I like she's almost more badass than 13.
Yeah,
They look very similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
They look quite similar. Yes,
I thought they were like mother and daughter in the beginning.
well, they are. They have that relationship.
But yeah, and then of course their fight at the end, great.
Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna have to jump to certain things in like later moments of the film. I did ask Timo on Twitter whether the Troika and 13 fight was influenced by Billy Chow versus Jet Li in Fist of Legend. I felt like there's Fist of Legend vibes in it. He has not responded to me yet, so he may not respond to me. But Troika's death. The bar through the
I
cheek,
mean, yeah, she gave
rips
him
it out of his cheek,
she gave him the business,
and then
like
she really does.
stabs
the
a bunch
shit out of him.
Yeah,
You know what I said out loud when I was watching her stab him 100 times? I go, kill him! Kill him!
There's a scene, by the way, I'll just mention this quickly. So the warehouse shootout, I will say this. First time round watching this film, the warehouse shootout was the worst scene in the film for me. For some bizarre reason, it didn't work for me. Again, I watched it the second time, and I did a complete flip on it. I loved it. I don't know what I didn't like about it first time, other than when the guys are on fire, you can see them covered in fire gel. The fire gel's all over them, and it's just like, why would you keep that in the film? Because it's quite obvious they're covered in fire gel. But that's a small gripe. Everything else is amazing. People get twatted by cars.
Would you light yourself on fire if it was like that safe fire gel stuff?
I would love to, yeah. If a professional stuntman would let me do that, oh hell yeah. Yeah.
What if, like, just
no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Someone on there's a channel called Corridor Crew. He one of the guys there set himself on fire. A stuntman set him on fire for the first time, and it looked dope. Hard. It's like really grim, but I'd like to. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're going long, so I guess I don't know. I've got so much to say about this film, and to be honest, I might even have conversations about it with someone. There's someone online who wants to chat to me about it.
Just get the director on.
Yeah, sure.
Hey,
Love to.
ask, Couldn't hurt to ask.
Someone I know has asked him actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The final fight scene in this film is
Very good.
I can't tell you whether it's my favorite fight scene of the year or my second favorite fight scene of the year. Baby Assassins 3 may still have the best fight scene of the year for me. We will be covering Baby Assassins 3. We will be reviewing it.
Okay.
Yes, they haven't seen Baby Assassins or Baby Assassins 2.
Great movie.
No.
Obviously, you don't need to know much in order to enjoy the third one. It's not going to be that hard. But we will be reviewing Baby Assassins 3 for the Food for Thought podcast.
You were watching that one day, and I saw a bit of it. Wasn't it like two girls?
Yeah.
One of them with short hair.
Mhm.
How old are
Very,
these
very
babies?
bright clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's just it seems silly.
It is silly.
Oh, okay.
But the third film, they completely flip it. And instead of making them silly, it's now a complete action film with a ton of action in it. The first two are comedies with like two big action sequences.
Which one were you watching that day?
Probably the second one, I think.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
But the third one is like a flat out action film.
Okay.
It's my favorite film of the year. Put it that way.
Okay.
But it is two cutesy Japanese girl doing cutesy Japanese things.
Okay.
So there is still that aspect, and because you maybe do not favor that style of comedy,
We'll see.
Yeah,
We shall see.
yeah. I don't think Devan stands for like cutesy shit. I don't think she'd. I think she's a bit like me, where she like cutesy anime. I mean, you hate anime as it is, so what's the point in talking about that?
Right.
But yeah. Anyway, the last fight in this is incredible. She cuts the girl's fingers off and then sets a
Umbra.
grenade off.
Yeah.
And she's trying to pull the grenade and she's got no fingers. And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
You're
Wonderful.
looking good.
Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. I wish I could talk about this longer, but I don't want to go too long. Let's get into listener questions.
Listener question.
Either way, this film's amazing. Go and watch it. Definitely go and watch
I
it.
do say yes.
If you're on the
I
fence,
still
just
watch it.
give it a go. Yes, it
Still
is long.
recommend it.
Also, just a last note, weirdly, this film is 2.5 hours long. I think it feels like it's about an hour long. It didn't seem long to me. Don't give each other a knowing look, you pair of nonsense. Yeah, no, I honestly think it felt short.
Okay.
Anyway, Rama says,
Rama.
Okay.
ties into a Halloween episode. He says, jump scares. Discuss.
Jump scares are fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cyrus, you're more a gent. I'd like to ask about jump scares. Are you a jump scare fan? You're less a fan of the creepy stuff, right? Not jump scares? Or do you hate jump scares?
Well, I think we all hate jump scares. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, but some people get a jump scare and go, oh, that was good. You go, I need to go to bed.
I need to go to bed. What I mean is, being scared is unpleasant, but after that, it feels good.
Yeah.
Because you're recovering from the bad
Yeah,
event.
of course.
I am safe. I'm good. Yeah, I like a jump scare.
You like a good jump
They're
scare?
necessary for any horror movie. Necessary.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I watched The Grudge for like 5 minutes the other day. Fuck! Shit is so fucking scary, dude. Fuck me, man.
Did you watch the Japanese one or the remake?
There's a remake?
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
The American. The American.
He goes, there's a remake? Yes, believe it or not, Sarah Michelle Gellar wasn't in the Japanese one.
See, I don't
it's in
consider that.
Japan.
I don't consider that a remake. I just, or is it a remake or is it just an American version?
How is that not a remake if it's an American version anyway?
I guess
It's a remake. of a
American
Japanese
remake.
film. Would you say the American Ring is a remake?
I would say the American version of the ring.
America's number one.
Americans.
But-
This is how unbelievably patriotic
So
they are.
no. So my point is like if how am I trying to say this? So like if Japan made another or a different version of The Grudge, they would be doing a remake of
Yeah, which
their
I,
Grudge.
which I think they
And
have.
so what I'm saying to differentiate ours, I guess to me
very hours and theirs thing going on. I don't like
I
this.
know.
that much.
I I classify, or the way I think of it in my head, is the American version of this. Like there's the American version of The Office, but I guess it is a remake.
It is 100%.
Yeah, I guess
It's
it's
a remake of
considered.
the
Yeah, I
Japanese.
guess it's considered a
Well, you
remake.
can call
then.
it our. You can call it
But I-
America's Grudge. You can feel free.
I guess I use the word version instead of remake because I don't know.
You know
Never
what
mind.
film has great, really good, unique jump scares? And it got me. I'm not always gotten by jump scares. I often can see them coming. One film, I did not see them coming. Smile, which I don't think either of you have seen.
No.
I haven't seen Smile 2 yet, which I hear is way better and has more unique jump scares. But Smile, with those jump scares, they actually got me, and I jumped out my skin. But I'm a fan of jump scares. I think they're fun. I don't like too many. I don't like obvious jump scares, which seems to happen all the time these days. But yeah, I'm a big fan. You're a fan, Devin?
Yeah.
Yeah. What usually gets me going, if it's like I don't like a foreboding eeriness in a film. Like if it's spooky and like eerie and creepy and there's something out there, I don't like that stuff.
So you know me.
I know you.
Paranormal Activity and
Yes.
The Grudge are my top.
Yes.
Paranormal Activity is one, obviously. What gets me is the lack of control. The
Yeah.
absolute lack of control. If Mike Myers is behind me, all I have to do is briskly walk and I'm good.
Yep.
But when there's a demon that is intangible,
Yeah.
and that's that. It's the demon that you cannot see or control.
Yeah.
That's Paranormal Activity.
Demon or ghost.
In
Yeah.
The Grudge, it's a ghost,
Ghost, yeah.
creepy thing,
Mhm.
but it's everywhere.
Mhm.
She's on the bus and she's just like looking out the window, and it's like, "Quack!" I'm like, fucking. She's showering,
Yeah.
and the
it's in
fingers
hair.
come.
It's a great scene.
Yeah.
That's one of the best. I wouldn't even call it scenes, but what would you call
Like
it?
a horror moment.
Moment in horror history.
Yeah,
I think.
it's very good. Yeah, I like the Blair Witch Project gets me. I don't know why, it just gets me. The whole atmosphere of that film is just creepy. I don't like it.
Sorry, one last thing from
Yeah.
The Grudge is
Yeah.
when it's in. I think it's in the beginning. Someone's being haunted by right.
Yeah.
She's in like her apartment or a hotel. She's running down the hall. She's like,
The elevator bit.
no.
Oh,
She gets into her bed. She's in
Oh,
her bed under the covers, and the lady's like, "What's up?"
in the covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nowhere safe.
Gotta love it. Matt Merritt edits. Asks, what was the most brutal kill in the Shadow Strays? I think it's the mouth. I think the the eye gouge. Yeah,
Ear bite, eye gouge, and something else. She did something else.
the eye gouge by definition is the most brutal one. But when
Yeah.
she pulls that bar out of his
Out of
cheek,
it, yeah.
it's the one kill that makes me go, "Oh God!"
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty gross.
It's pretty grim. And then when he gets stabbed after, oof. But yeah, I think the eye gouge is really the most brutal by definition.
That's a trope. If you gouge someone's eyes out, you're not killing them. You're blinding them.
I think if you poke deep enough.
You'd have to like.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know
just
about
the
that.
thought
I
of
don't
that
know.
is disgusting.
I don't know about that.
But think about it. I mean, yeah, like what? Behind your eye is your brain, right?
Yeah, and you're not like piercing the brain. What are
Maybe
you?
you are.
Oh,
You're just kind of-
Maybe you are.
Your thumbs into it.
How soft is the brain?
Very soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Oh,
I haven't
gross,
touched one.
gross.
Let's have some funner questions. Comic Handlings. Stefan and Sean, you've mentioned being into true crime. Is there a case you find particularly fascinating?
Oh, interesting question. Interesting question.
We
Yeah,
watched we watched
yeah.
a documentary on the Zodiac the other
That
day.
is, yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, since that's fresh in my mind, that one's pretty good.
I'm a serial killer boy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't
yes.
ever say that.
He's a serial killer.
I've just been put on an FBI list. Any interesting or unique serial killer I'm always interested in, like Ted Bundy, the Ramirez.
He's the goat.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy's the goat.
Ed Gein, Ed Kemper. I find fascinating because he's a genius, and he's just I found Ed Kemper interesting. Jeffrey Dahmer was interesting. Things like that. I know they're gross and horrible, but I find their cases interesting. We've watched a ton of genuinely very interesting. If you can watch it, Don't Fuck with Cats
Wow.
is an incredible crime
It's
story.
the most
It's horrible.
mind-boggling thing I've ever. Yeah, just because going into it, don't know what to expect. Didn't know what to expect, and it's bananas. It's a bananas one.
Warning,
Another one
there-
is
there
also
are-
the. Oh, we just watched one. The catfish one. That was bananas too.
Yeah, the catfish ones also they very much interest me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. People getting catfished and people catfishing people, like it requires a certain psychology to do that to someone.
And then with that last one, I can't remember the name of it. What was it again? Sweet
Sweet
something.
Bobby.
Sweet Bobby. Just the lengths that this person went
We're
through.
not going to spoil anything.
Yeah,
Let's
to
not spoil
catfish
anything,
this woman.
but Jesus Christ, it
Uh,
is bonkers.
Yeah,
Jesus H. Christ.
Jesus
Jesus
H.
H. Christ.
Jesus Herman Christ,
It was-
actually.
it was banana sandwich.
Yeah, Christ on the cracker.
Christ on a cracker.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming. Don't F with cats.
Mhm.
It's equally as uncomfortable as it is incredible.
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know you watched it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
so good.
Yeah,
Those internet sleuths, they'll get you. They'll get you.
I mean, granted, there's a level of craziness.
Oh, 100%.
However, just the amount of dedication is, yeah, it's shocking.
I will say this about true crime. I often like crimes where criminals, specifically serial killers, like write letters to the police. I like stuff like that. Like Jack the Ripper, where he would write letters and send.
Oh, he did? I didn't know that.
Mhm. He
Yeah, he
sent
did.
a prostitute's ear. No, was it ear or
Some
something
part,
gross?
some
the
part
police.
of
You
it.
know what? I think ear is better.
Oh no, that was Van Gogh sent his ear. Oh, I think he sent like a liver or something to the police.
He
of-
sent some part, or
Yeah.
or like her cervix or something. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
customer service, baby. Cyrus and Sean. Comic Con links again.
Boys are back in town.
Would you rather? And he says, quote unquote, I think he got this from us, quote unquote,
We're getting quoted now? Shit.
would you rather, quote, make sweet love, end quote, to Ursula from Little Mermaid?
What's Ursh?
Ursula?
Ursula.
Ursula?
Ursula.
Ursula?
Ursula Ali?
Ursula Ali. No, I say Ursula.
I know you do.
I think that's a British thing, right?
I think so.
Ursula.
We say Ursula.
Ursula?
Yeah.
Fucking dumb. Would you rather make love?
What if Devan has her wallet, what does she put it in when she's done with it?
A Persh.
That's right.
Fuck.
Oh, that's the stuff you're going to get here.
Would you rather make love to Uvula from Little Mermaid or a female Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings?
Female Uruk-hai, they don't exist, but
I don't think they do exist.
No,
let's
I
think
don't-
about it.
I don't imagine they would be very attractive.
So you got Uruk-hai who's just gross all over, but Ursi downstairs
Interesting.
is you got trickery.
Oh,
going
it's
on. You got legs all over the place. There's
oh, does she
treachery
have the
afoot.
right parts though?
Something is wrong in the state of Denmark. Let's say she does.
Okay, she doesn't have like an octopus beak.
No, let's see. There's a vagiola somewhere amongst the tentacles, and you're gonna perforate. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no! Oh no! I used the wrong term. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no!
Oh God.
Perforate. Oh, that one just came out.
Perforate is like papers,
Oh.
right?
I'm sorry. You're not gonna perforate.
Perfect. No, that's like you can perforate like a lung or an
Yeah,
organ.
it-
So like
No,
poke
no.
a hole
No,
into
no,
that
no.
shouldn't be there.
I'm sorry. I'll edit this bit out. But you are going to be able to make physical love to her, and Uruk-hai, you're going to obviously make love to her if they existed, which they don't. But let's say the female Uruk-hai look like the male Uruk-hai.
So you know what?
Yeah.
Let's throw out the negatives. Let's focus on the positives here.
Okay.
Because at Food for Thought podcast, we're positive people.
Yeah, baby.
Okay? Let's go with Ursula here. All right? That's a lot of limbs she's got.
A lot of limbs.
I bet she can hang on things and swing around and do all sorts of things.
Yes.
That's a plus.
Also, I'm going to say it. I'm going to speak to the elephant in the room. She got titties.
She do.
She got him.
She got teeth.
She do. She do.
Right. Also, but Urukai, you can say to an Urukai, look, we'll have intimacy, no kissing. I don't want to kiss. You don't want to kiss an
You don't
Urukai.
want to kiss that.
No,
You
you
don't want
don't.
to kiss. So maybe
I don't know, but do you? So, but when you think about the male versions, things aren't right. There's no like their bodies don't look pleasant. So I would
No.
imagine that the female versions there won't be any symmetry happening. There's just a lot. Yeah, it
Oh,
wouldn't
hold
be
on
it
here.
wouldn't be
are orcs
pleasant.
naturally moist?
They look
They
it.
look
They
moist.
look
they
very.
have Roman Reigns hair.
But even their they all look slimy and gross.
They do look a bit slimy. Yeah, they got stringy hair.
Yeah, they're
There's no running
yeah.
fingers
They
through her
all look
hair.
slimy and unpleasant.
Do you know what? I'm siding with Ursula here.
Well, it's a butterface situation with Ursula because she has a human face,
She does. But she's
mostly,
not super attractive.
and she's a big old gal.
Nothing wrong with big old gals.
That's a big old gal, though.
That's a big old gal, but sometimes they gotta get love too. So
I don't know. And
I-
a female
I would-
guy is going to be in good shape.
No, they won't. What are you talking about? Their shape still is not okay.
they're not fat though, but they're stocky.
There are some fatter ones
They're-
too.
Their Urukai are have like humanoid bodies.
Humanoid, but they're still they're
Yes.
gross bodies though.
Gross feet.
I feel like you'd be in better hands with Ursula.
You'd be better tentacles with Ursula.
Hmm
I'm going for Ursula.
I'm going a real buff female Urukai.
You're crazy.
Right.
That would
Are
be.
you sure you remember
Oh,
what they look like?
Yes, I watched Lord of the Rings recently.
We don't
Okay.
usually have differing ideas on this, but that's
I-
fine.
I
That's fine. There's more Ursula to go around.
I
for me.
question your decision making, Cyrus.
You know what the female Urukai says like right when we're about to make love?
Go on.
She's gonna say it smells like man flesh.
Smart. Yes. Oh, wait.
It's one of the
Good.
movies.
Can Ursula
Yeah,
come
I
out
know.
of water? Or do I have to make love in water?
Oh, she gotta put scuba gear on?
Oh, I can't be.
Well, that would be an
adds a-
adventure.
Well, wait a minute. You don't have to be underwater. There were bits where her like head and stuff was out of the water, so you could be floating.
The logistics seem complicated. I don't know.
She could be out of the water for a bit.
I can't make love to an
Octopi,
Urukai.
octopi can be out of the water for
Yeah.
a
She's like a half orc. She's
Show
gonna
me your octopi.
bit.
be real buff, and she's gonna.
No way, dude.
firm
They
grip.
are unpleasant to gaze upon, Urukai, and their bodies are slimy and
Didn't Urukais used to be elves?
unpleasant.
Isn't that their background? They used to be elves.
Orcs used to be elves,
Yeah, orcs. That's what I'm saying.
and then they just made Urukai.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. It's the orcs who are. I was thinking. Well, orcs too aren't cute either.
Orcs are monsters.
Oh no, they're
The
gross.
goblins, especially.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Devan, would you rather have Mjolnir, Thor's hammer?
hmm
I love how you put Thor's hammer in parentheses, like we didn't know what that was. Thank you. Would you rather have Mjolnir or Black Panther's vibranium suit and the heart-shaped herb?
There isn't a
The
correct
suit.
answer here.
The suit.
Cyrus is disappointed with you.
I want the suit. The suit is fucking awesome. And then to get that with that herb, where I get like strength. Yeah, no, I would choose the suit and the herb. Because with the hammer, I'm still me. I just have this hammer, and so yeah, I can like wield it and
Wait,
swing
wait, wait.
around.
I'm assuming the hammer brings you the powers of Thor.
Oh, like it did in Love and Thunder for what's her face.
For Natalie Portman.
Oh well, shit. That's an
Yeah,
that,
I'm
that ch-
assuming it imbues you with the
that
power of a
changes
thunder god.
things. That changes things. The power of a god. Yeah, I guess I'd have to go with the hammer then.
You going with the hammer?
I thought it was just like I was using it as a weapon, and that was it. That I
You
wasn't.
wouldn't be able to pick it up.
Oh, I
If
guess
you were
not.
just you wouldn't be able to pick it up.
Well,
Even Captain America himself took a while to be able to pick it up.
Captain America wielded the hammer.
Later on though, when he tries it in the first film, he can't pick it up.
No, or could he? That's the debate.
That's
isn't
the
it?
debate.
Anyway, but okay, then yeah,
wait a second.
You haven't heard that debate?
No, so he could, he just didn't want to.
Yeah, it's the honorable.
he didn't
thing.
want to. Yeah,
He
he didn't
does,
want to
he
show
doesn't
him
wanna,
up
like show up.
because a
Well,
lot of people think there's
it moves, right?
there's that moment, and so their argument is Captain America. He was like, oh, I can pick up this fucking
Yeah.
thing, but I won't do it in front of these guys.
Damn
I'll
it.
let
Mr. Rogers, you done it again.
It's a great argument. Although,
Yeah.
do you know what's really fucked up? What I've never liked? The fact that Vision can use it.
You
Oh
don't like
yeah.
that?
No.
I mean, you shit yourself when it happened, though. Right?
Of course. But why can Vision use it?
Because he's pure of heart.
He's like
Pure of
purely. Yeah,
He was pure of heart.
Do you know what? I'll go on record. I don't like Vision. I don't like
I don't
Vision.
think they did. I don't think they did enough with Vision.
He sucks.
Yeah, they.
he's like all powerful.
That was
and
a lost-
Not really.
that was a lost opportunity. I
Paul
feel.
Bettany, perfect casting. Oof,
I would
nails
agree.
I
it.
fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
He's great.
But
yeah,
just-
it was a lost opportunity.
why they're making a Vision television series, I do
Well,
not.
I hope they will. I hope that they would do better.
Yeah.
I don't mind it as long as they do better with him.
And you know who he's married to? Billy Connolly. Jennifer Connolly.
Is he married to Jennifer Connelly?
Yes.
I didn't even know
Yes,
that.
yeah, that's why I
That's
was.
why the joke didn't land.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, what? I was
He's
like,
married
no,
to
he's
Jennifer
not.
Connelly?
Yeah, they've been married
Paul
for.
Bettany?
Yeah, they've been married for a long ass time.
Paul Bettany.
That's right.
Oh Lord, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you going Mjolnir?
Yes.
All right.
See?
It's Mjolnir all the way.
And you can fly.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Thor doesn't technically fly.
He can propel himself through the air at fast speeds.
Correct. Technically, you can throw yourself. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
You can throw yourself. Film Combat Syndicate. Shout out to you. I think this is the first question on the podcast.
Hey, brother.
So that's Lee Golden, who owns the Film Combat Syndicate website that someone writes for every now and again. That's me. I
That
write.
was me.
This guy.
Cyrus.
I've been working there for a while now,
Mhm.
and I am lying.
He says, how long do you suspect before Aurora Ribeiro makes her Hollywood debut after this?
I think it'll be a bit.
I too think it'll be a bit.
It'll be a bit.
In fact, I'll go on record. It's going to be forever.
Hmm.
Julia Estelle, Hammer Girl from Raid 2. Massive. Everyone fucking loved her. She did amazing in Headshot. She was fantastic. Never got a chance.
Hmm.
Hers might be because she got pregnant. Maybe. I don't know. But she still never appeared in a Hollywood film. I think this girl is hot fire right now. I think she's going to be, hopefully, in the
Did-
sequel.
Did Hammer Girl want to go to Hollywood?
I've got no idea.
Right.
I assume all actors do.
How would you feel about an Expendables like esque movie, but with ladies from cinema?
That'd be cool.
Oh, who? Tell me more, Cyrus. Who is in this?
This lady.
Okay.
We watched another movie. Kind of was it from? Shoot, I don't know. You know them. You know all these actresses.
If we're talking like across like all films, like Hollywood as well, who are we picking? Who are your female action stars?
Oh Lord, I feel
Are we
like
going
that's-
Atomic Blonde?
Do you think it has to be more than like one movie?
What do you mean?
Like Charlize Theron does this in one movie. Is she now like?
Oh, you mean like so? If there's like a franchise like Expendables, there's multiple movies.
No, I mean like. Is she?
Or do you mean
good
like
enough-
one group?
One movie.
You mean they'd have to have? Yeah, she did Furiosa as well, though. She's badass in that.
Mm,
Oh, she didn't do Furiosa. She did Max Fury
I watched
Road.
Furiosa.
What?
Poopy. I hated it.
Oh dear,
That's insane.
Yeah, I was
Furiosa.
really disappointed.
Furiosa
Furiosa's
was good.
fucking amazing. It's one of the best films of the year.
It was good.
Negative.
Okay,
I don't want to talk about this question anymore. I don't want to answer your Expendables question anymore.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's a time consume. That's a
Yeah,
that's a
We might
that's a
say
thing.
that to next episode.
That's a good.
Fuck it. Let's do this. If you're watching this, put in the comments who would be in a female version of
Let's
the
just say 5.
Expendables?
Let's
Oh,
say
oh,
five ladies.
5 ladies.
The lady who just won an Oscar.
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, she's in it. Clean,
Yes,
clean.
100%. Yeah,
Sure.
Michelle Yeoh. But who else? Who else are you putting in it? Are you putting Cynthia Rothrock in it? Maybe
Oh,
not.
yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, put down below. Whack them there, will you? And then also, while you're down in comments, just shit all over Cyrus for not liking Furiosa.
Someone agree.
I would
with me.
agree.
It's not a good movie.
It's fucking amazing. And last one. Sorry, Martial Arts Film Freak. I can't fit in both your questions. I do apologize. Simple ending is what's more important. We have discussed this already. What's more important, Cyrus? The first bite of something or the last bite of something?
Thank you.
Oh, he said. First
Yep.
bite. At
Fir-
first, I was like, I do like that last bite, but Devin
That,
cleared it up with
yeah,
me.
that
That first bite.
that first like hit on your taste buds. Yeah, that first delicious
That's why
morsel.
at posh restaurants you only get one bite.
Yes, you get like a taster menu.
Which is we
That's basically what
experienced.
we got at that
Yeah, we
Japanese restaurant.
experienced that for my birthday, and yeah, it was just delicious little tasting plates, and they were, oh my lord, those first bites, because didn't know what to expect, and yeah,
You
delivered.
could say it was love at first bite. Someone must have a cookbook called Love at First Bite.
I mean, I feel like
If
it
they
would
don't,
be,
I'm writing it tomorrow.
if that doesn't
Beans on
exist.
toast is the first recipe. Love at First Bite.
Let's see.
Hell yeah.
There should be a vampire film, a vampire romantic comedy called Love
Excellent.
at First Bite.
It writes itself.
I got it. I'm writing
Who's
that.
starring in it?
Copyright Anne Hathaway.
Tom Holland.
Well, he might be in a vampire film, I think, at some point. Tom Holland? No.
Uh,
You think?
vampire. What's the setting?
Modern.
Okay, Love at First Bite: The Complete Vampire Lover's Cookbook.
Oh my god, it combined both!
Yep.
I'm a fucking genius! It combined both vampires and cooking.
Goddamn. Maybe a lot of blood-heavy recipes.
I'm a marketing genius.
You really are. Oh, there's another one that's called Love at First Bite: Snacks and Mealtime Treats, but I like the vampire one better.
Okay, we're going to end it now, but look, who's in our vampire romantic comedy? It's set in modern times.
Mm-hmm.
It's two vampires meeting, and they're falling
old
in
are they?
love.
How old are they?
You too. You tell me.
Who would make a really good?
I think Anne
vamp?
Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. I don't
Is
know.
Anne Hathaway the vampire or the
Yeah.
human?
No, I think they're both vampires.
Oh, they're both vampires.
Yes. Oh no, maybe
Ooh.
a human. Human and a vampire. Hathaway's a vampire.
Oh, interesting.
Pale, tragic-looking vampire, but she works a night job.
She works at Hooters.
She works at Hooters at night. And she falls in love. Who would Anne Hathaway fall
Oh,
in
I know
love
who.
with? Go on.
I know who. Not
Go
for
on.
your. I know who. Florence Pugh, vampire, 100%.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
She's okay.
And let's see, who would the guy be?
See, her and Tom Holland would work.
I could see that.
Same style going on.
I could see that.
Anne Hathaway needs an older man.
Anne Hathaway. I'm telling you this like the movie's already made.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway has to be attracted to this person,
Yeah.
but not in a traditional way. Like it's not just another guy she's gonna suck his blood.
Yeah.
She is infatuated with him for some strange reason.
Anne Hathaway and Joel Kinnaman.
Who's that?
RoboCop.
remake.
Sergeant Flag.
Silent Night, the John Woo film.
Sergeant Flag.
Sergeant Flag from Suicide Squad. Randall Flag. Joel Kinnaman doesn't get the love he deserves.
I do like a Joel Kinnaman.
Skarsgård.
Oh, I always.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh yeah. No. I always like a Kinnaman. I always like a Skarsgård.
I love a Kinnaman.
Yeah.
Love a Scars.
Yeah.
Love a Scars. The whole Scars family is welcome at our table. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
We're talking nonsense. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Again, you won't get another episode from us
For a few
until
weeks.
November, baby. Yeah, you'll. I'll post on Instagram as to when you'll get a new episode from us.
But hopefully you'll be getting some fun new content from us from YouTube
You will.
and probably a new podcast with this gent.
New podcast is right around the corner. We're like 2 steps away from launching the first episode. The first episode is a bit of a pilot episode, but more to come on that. Yeah, and you will be getting more content from me, I guess. More reviews and stuff. So look out for that. Otherwise, it's business as usual next month. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you so much, and we will catch you
Next time.
next month.
Next month.
You're no good.
Sorry.